Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Langdon Hills Country Park. My name's Nick Stanley. I'm the Senior Ranger of the Country Park and of Thurrock Ranger Service. I've got a little speech to make, so it won't take too long, but thank you all for coming. Right, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Langdon Hills Country Park and fellow rangers. Thank you all for coming today and to welcome back our woodsmen. And on World Ranger Day, renewing the thoughtfulness of how rangers throughout the world give their lives protecting wildlife, our planet, flora and fauna. Our story started 200 years ago when a tiny acorn started to grow on the slopes of Coombe Wood, which later became part of Langdon Hills Country Park. In 1987, our country was hit by a devastating hurricane, and our now mighty oak was tumbled. 8 years later, I was approached by two gentlemen who said they were from BADI, which stands for Basildon Design and Art Initiative. These being Tony Beckworth and Dave Chapple. Dave Chapple wanted to create a piece of public art and asked if he could have the fallen oak. After the challenge of getting this huge oak out to Basildon Town Centre, Dave set to work with hammer and chisel and created his masterpiece, where it stood for all to see for many years. Sadly, Dave passed away and Basildon was being redeveloped, and the woodsman was taken down, but not forgotten. With support from the Chapple family, the Friends of Langdon Hills Country Park, Thurrock and Basildon Council, and prominent people, the woodsman was returned to Langdon Hills Country Park. With funding from Land of the Fans, the National Lottery and Brewers, the Friends of Langdon Hills set about restoring our woodsman. We felt it was fitting to give this woodsman a name. William, a name throughout history for both commoners and royalty. Langdon, the place where our acorn started growing. And Woodward, a person who managed the woodlands, forests and surrounding areas. On World Ranger Day, it is worth remembering the work of managing our woodlands and wildflower meadows is now carried out by rangers and dedicated volunteers. I would like to thank all those who have helped support this project and would now like to ask Dean and the rest of the Chapple family to unveil William Langdon Woodward. Pull it.
thank everyone that has worked, because it's been quite a long time and a lot of processes over time, just making him good, because obviously wood rots slowly. But I'd like to thank the friends of Langdon Hills and the Rangers for all the work they've done over this time. And I'm sure my parents would be so pleased to know that it's back where it came from, originally. So thank you very much.
If I could now call upon Ben, who was involved from the very beginning, just to say a few words, please.
I think it's magnificent to see William standing up there, because the last time I saw him, he was in a real sorry state. So, on behalf of all the artists in Basel and everybody involved with Dave in the past, I would like to congratulate the wardens of Langdon Hills Country Park for what they have done to achieve this today, because it's been a tremendous amount of work involved. He's had to be practically rebuilt. You can't see it now. I mean, it's all been varnished over, but it really has been a job and a half getting looking like that. It really has. And I said to Dave earlier on, I only wish Dave and Dory were here today to see that statue in this magnificent area. It really is a wonderful setting point. So I don't know what more to say really. I'm stuck for words really, because it's what they have achieved is truly remarkable. And if I can just say that there were some children involved in this earlier on taking pictures, and I haven't been able to locate this 10-year-old, but he was fascinated by all the creatures around the stake, and particularly the hedgehog. And you'll see one of his pictures in the on the screen in there, of him taking that picture of the hedgehog. It's unbelievable, really. It's a fantastic job. It really is. It's a wonderful job.
What we would like to do is get some photos. So if I could have our honoured guests come forward, and we'll take a photo, and then we'll get everyone to come forward, and we'll hold the World Ranger banner, because as I say, it is World Ranger Day, and we want to be able to send this out, not just around this country, but worldwide, how we celebrate World Ranger Day. So if we could have the two mayors, please, and Stephen Metcalfe, our MP. Want to be in the picture? Yeah. If we... And if everyone can come forward into the picture, we'll get Tom to get the banner. If everyone can come round so we get everyone in.
How are you doing? Yeah, good to see you. And you?
These are the young Chapples.
Yes. Next generation. We're fathers of the year.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Nice to see you.
You've got the banner, Tom.
It's fantastic.
Everyone come in on the picture if you can.
Come on. You didn't call me. You said everyone. Who's everyone? Oh, well, you're in.
Hold that across. there. Okay? Come on, everyone in.
Who are we looking at?
Coming on the picture. Someone taking more people. Everyone's taking a photo. You should. Somewhere like that. Yeah. Right. I'm Nick Stanley. I'm the Senior Ranger for Langdon Hills Country Park and have been involved with the carving since its early days in 1996 when Dave Chapple and Tony Beckworth approached me and asked about a sculpture for the public. And a lot of work went into getting the timber out and seeing the carving made. And then it went all quiet. Unfortunately, Dave died, and we rescued it because it was taken down with the redevelopment of Basildon, and we've restored it and we've brought it back to its birthplace, or where the acorn started growing 200 years ago. So, with all the help from Friends of Langdon Hills in restoring it, from the Land of the Fans and the National Lottery for giving us the funding to put it in a permanent place, and we've had a wonderful day on World Ranger Day, and this should hopefully go out to rangers worldwide to see just what we get up to in a small part of Thurrock on top of a big hill.
Hello, I'm Stephen Metcalfe, Member of Parliament for South Basildon and East Thurrock, and it's fantastic to be here in Langdon Hills Country Park for the unveiling of the restored and renovated William Langdon Woodward sculpture that used to be in Basildon Town Centre and has now been relocated to the country park. It's also World Ranger Day, and so it's a very fitting time to be unveiling this restored statue. Rangers play an important part in protecting the flora and fauna of our countryside, the wildlife, and ensuring that we have access to it when we need it. And I think over the last 18 months, it's been more important to us than at any time, certainly in my lifetime. So I'm delighted to be here. It's great to see the statue restored and in place, and I very much look forward to working with the country park in the future to see if we can improve access, improve visitor facilities, and make this a really go-to place in Basildon.
Hello there, my name is Bob Rigdon. I'm chairman of the Friends of Langdon Hills and very pleased to be here. I'm very proud to have been part of the team to have put the statue up. It's taken a long time and a lot of dedicated volunteer work to do it, and I'm very pleased that it's culminated in today's unveiling. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hi, fantastic to be here. Councillor Chris Allen for Langdon Hills, and as you can see, this whole thing I think just adds a really fantastic element, and it's got that sort of ethnographic thing.
It's great to be here on World Ranger Day to celebrate the fantastic work of rangers locally and across the world. And what's more is it's brilliant to see this statue back on public display. It's a work of art, piece of local history, and it's a shame that it was away from display for so long. But it's back, and I think being home in Langdon Hills is a great thing for the community, and hopefully people will enjoy this for generations to come.
Hello, I'm Councillor Shinnick. I'm a councillor in Ockenden and I'm the Mayor of Thurrock. And I'd just like to say I'm really honoured to be invited here today at the unveiling of the William Woodward statue and to celebrate World Rangers Day. And it's a great honour for me to be here, and I cannot get over how magnificent this statue looks.
I'm so pleased to be here on behalf of Langdon Plans Landscape Partnerships and supporting this wonderful project. The Woodsman statue made from fallen oak is an incredible symbol of the ancient woodlands in this landscape. It's been so incredible to see how the hard work of the friends of turn the statue from its dilapidated state and restoring it into this incredible statue that we see here today. We're really proud to be a part of this project, and we hope to see the statue here for many years to come.
We do cotton on the nails, winding them around, because it was something that kids could actually have a go at and all that, and it was kind of seen as a little bit now.
Oh, hello. My name is Roger Cole. I'm the Vice President of the UK Countryside Management Association, but I'm also a member of the International Ranger Federation. And today, the 31st of July, is the day every year where we commemorate those rangers who have died in the past year in the line of duty. 2020 and 2021 have been particularly difficult years for rangers. The challenges have always been there, but with COVID and with climate change, these are difficulties which have actually beset rangers, especially in parts of the world such as Africa and India. We estimate that in the past year we have lost over 120 rangers in the line of duty, either to homicides or being killed by the animals that they're trying to protect. And in addition to that, in these past 12 months, we've lost about 350 rangers to COVID. Now, the impact of the loss of these rangers has been compounded by the fact that in many countries, without tourism, there are no dollars, no pounds, no yen coming in from tourists to pay rangers. And this has resulted in many of the rangers being laid off. And of course, fewer rangers mean a chance of more poaching and increased risks to those that are still working. Of those that died in the line of duty last year, about 50% of them were what we call homicides. These are rangers that have been shot. About 20%, 25% have been due to death by the animals that they are trying to protect. Elephants, rhino, tiger, and the remainder from a host of other reasons such as drownings or firefighting. And all of these mean that rangers are under pressure around the world. So on this day, the 31st of July, every year, we remember those rangers that have died in the line of duty and honour their memories. Thank you.